Alright, what's up guys? It is me, DeliFB here, and welcome back to a new video. And today I got you guys a DeliFB Made a Beat 3. So I made like a little kind of remix of Ember Island Umbrella, and it sounds pretty cool, y'all. So I want to show you guys how I made it. But before I start doing that, I just wanted to say I really feel bad for not posting in the month of September. It's just I've been hecka busy with school, you know, with life. I really didn't have that much time to make videos. So now with the new term started though in the month of October, and my classes are so much easier. I got art, I got PE, so I don't have to worry about that stuff. I just wanted to say now I got way more free time on my hands. The thing is though, my subscriber count went down by a lot, my view count went down by a lot, and I feel hecka bad, guys. But I'm not dead. I'm still alive, and I still got hecka tricks up my sleeve. Even though I didn't have post in the month of September, I learned so much new stuff. I learned like way more mastering stuff. I got new presets, new plugins, and my beats just got better. I'm actually looking back on my old videos, my future bass banger 5 minutes, and you got a lot of views on that, guys, and I thank you guys for that. But the mixing is horrible, y'all. Like the high end, dude, there's so much high end on that, you can say it actually hurts your ears. And I've improved on that, so thank you guys for bearing with me. And without further ado, let's just get right into this DeliFB Made a Beat 3.
You have my heart, we'll never be worlds apart. Maybe in magazines, but you'll still be my star, baby. 'Cause in the dark, you can't see shiny cars, and that's when you need me there. With you, I'll always share.
Alright, I just wanted to give this thing that little because thing. I know it's off time. It's because it's actually supposed to be 1 bar under, but I just like moved it 1 bar up because I think that sounds better. Just ignore that, alright? Just whatever. So for the intro, I'm just using this soft pad right here, and I'm using silence for this. I'm using the preset Moon Cloud, and it seems to me that what they're using is a sine wave right here. Detune that a bit, another sine wave right here, part B, maybe a bit of EQ. This is what they're using, the cutoff. And yeah, it's not that special. You can easily create this in Serum, in Harmon, or something like that. Yep,
you have my heart.
that's all I'm using. You don't have to go too much on the intro. And also I'm using a vinyl right here, lo-fi vinyl from DeliFB Chill-Fi Sounds. I'm using that, number 2. And yeah, so the vinyl, it never stops. The vinyl never stops.
What don't stop? Grind don't stop.
And also, obviously, I have my vocals.
You have my heart.
So what I'm using for the vocals is, I'm using a bit of chorus. I'm using the classic chorus right here, which is a free plugin by 𝐏𝐥𝐿 Audio or 𝐏𝐥𝐿 Audio. I don't know how to spell that.
Heart will never be worlds apart.
Yeah. Okay. What is that? All right. Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Peace. All right, so I'm using that vocal spread right there. I also added a bit of subtle reverb.
You have.
See, that's that subtle reverb. Here's the EQ right here. This is the EQ. Just cut off the low ends like that. Just cut off the high ends. Like, just make a little plateau. Like.
Because in the dark, you can't see shiny cars, and that's when you need me there.
Alright, and so for this half of the intro, I just added this little synth sound right here, and it's another silence, and I use the lead telesynth right there, and I sound really nice. So basically, it's a saw wave. Doesn't seem to have that much detune with 8 voices. Another saw wave, and then another saw wave right there. Maybe just EQ it a bit. This is how they EQ'd it, and that's what the delay is set at. A bit of delay. Some compression right there. There is a filter, and I'm also using a Valhalla shimmer right here because I like that type of reverb. So the difference between reverb and like shimmer reverb is I think shimmer reverb has like a longer trail, and it gives the reverb like another pitch higher. So I think it sounds cool.
Because in the dark, you can't see shiny.
This is the beat that I'm using. Nothing special. Just the hi-hats going once every 2 steps. And just the snare, and I put the kick on the first bar of the beat just to like declare that, hey, I'm the kick. I don't even know what that was. My fault, guys. Then I added the vinyl. You know, the vinyl grind.
Work don't stop. Grind don't stop.
The sunshine, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took an oath that I'm sticking out till the end.
Alright, so for this, I think this is called like a bridge. So let me call it bridge. I'll call this the bridge. Alright, so basically for the bridge, I'm using the drop chords right here, but with the low pace. That's the chords I'm using for the drop, but I just have a low pace filter. And I'll get more in depth with what I'm using for the chords, for the drop and stuff on the drop itself. I just have the beat to keep going right here. The hi-hat just stays the same throughout the whole time. And just added the kick pattern. I don't know what this kick was doing there, so I'll just remove that. And I also introduced the bass. Say hello to bass. So the bass I'm using is a silent. I'm using a sine wave with another sine wave, pitch 1 octave higher, and a bit of overdrive right here, set to 3.120. And this is what. So basically, in here, I'm using what I'm using in the drop, but like as a low pace, you know, just to introduce the drop, I guess. Yeah.
The sunshine, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said
I also have that little thing that keeps on going. I don't really play that throughout the whole song. I just play that throughout the intro parts of the song. So yeah. All right.
Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella.
All right. So for the build up, what I like to do in my build up, I basically just have whatever's going on in the drop. Notice the drop lead right there, and I just open it up with the low pace. So this is what's going on in the build. I have the drop chords right here with the low pace filter on top of it, and it's opening up. And here's my snare pattern that I'm using. But I also have automation. So what I'm automating on that is I'm automating the reverb on that. I just added reverb on the mix. Also the pitch to make it pitch higher, and also another high pace filter this time, just to give it like that little like build up energy. So I have these sound effects. And sound effects, they really play a big role in builds and stuff. So I just have this impact right here. So it's an impact with the sub drop from 𝐏𝐥𝐿. And then I also have that again. So that's it. So yeah, that's what I got for the build, guys. Just a low pace filter. Alright, so this is the drop. Alright, so this is what I'm using for the chords right here. This is the drop pattern. So basically what I'm using is one saw wave, 8 voices, detune it to 3.733 value. Then another sine wave, another saw wave. I keep getting those two confused. And I just said, and another saw wave, just pitch it 1 octave higher and detune it a bit more. And yeah, that's it. That's it. No filter control or anything like that. But what I did do is I did add some reverb. And I also side chaining it with the LFO tool. Once every 4 beats, I side chain it like this. And to prevent it from clicking, I just like ducked it down a bit really fast before, like that. Or you can also just click smooth. And for the bass, you know, the sine wave that I showed you guys with the overdrive. And here's my second chord I'm using. It's just white noise. Just lowers the white noise down a bit. And what white noise does, it just fills up the spectrum. So here's how it sounds without and with. So it just fills up the spectrum, like the missing frequencies. And yeah, so that's what I got in terms of the drop chords. And here's the kick pattern that I'm using, or not the kick, the drum pattern I'm using for the drop. And so this is what I also have an impact right here, an exhaust, so that just releases the tension. So these are my vocal chops, guys, and yeah. So basically how I made these vocal chops is I just got vowels that she says that I thought sounded nice, so let me just go through it.
Now that it's raining more than ever.
So right there, I thought that sounded nice, so I just got that right there, like that, and I'll get another one right here. Don't know what that is, but whatever. So basically that's literally what I did right there. And I also just got her saying umbrella. So that's like a little segment of her saying umbrella, and that's all I got for vocal chops. Nothing special. And I just got another one and pitched it higher, 1 octave higher. And I also added reverb to fill it out. So this is how it sounds with the shimmer. Alright, so for the second half of the drop, I just nothing changed except for the hi-hat. I made it a bit more complex by adding I just added 1/6 of a beat and just did that, and I added the drop lead into it. So what it is I use the lead dance lead right there, and I also use lead orange X, and that's what I use. I'm just using those 2 leads. Nothing changed, literally nothing changed. The only thing I added into the second drop was the lead, and I also added just this little pause right here. And that's it, guys. The vocal chops didn't change, the lead didn't change. The only thing that changed was I just introduced the lead and added more complexity to the hi-hats, and that's it. Oh yeah, and this like little kick, I did that. And yeah, so that's basically it, guys. That's the whole track that I made. And I think I went through everything in this track. Let me see, am I missing something? Yes, I'm missing something. Is a master. So this is the icing on the cake, y'all. This is the frosting to the frosting to the snowman. So I'm using Ozone 8, and Ozone 7 got an update, and it sounds really cool, y'all. I'm just equalizing 2.3 kilohertz. And I added a dynamic EQ too by boosting up the highs a bit like that, and the mids a bit like that. And also I added a bit of imaging just to improve the stereo, how it is. So it just adds a bit more stereo. And yeah, and this is the final thing, and it's the maximizer. The maximizer literally like boosts up the whole track. So basically it just boosts up the volume of it. So but that's all I'm using for my mastering. But if you don't have Ozone, you can easily achieve this with Maximus, you know, just by like doing that or something. I don't really know that much about Maximus. You can use this one. You know, you can use Maximus and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. In terms of mixing, that's how I mix my things. I boost up the kick a bit just to give it that pump. I added Maximus to the kick. I just increased the tension on the lows and lowered the tension on the mids. And yeah, that's how I got that pumpy kick. On the hi-hat, I just added a bit of stereo shaping to that just to like make it not that mono. And yeah, so that's the whole little remix that I made. I hope you guys enjoyed this track. It took me 1 hour and 50 minutes to make this. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a couple stuff from this, like how to make drop chords or how to EQ your chords or how to make a good drum beat or something. And yeah, so stay tuned for some more videos coming soon. And yeah, alright, peace out, y'all. I feel like I talked too much at the end. Alright, my bad. Alright, peace out. Woo! Don't forget to say, that's gotta be the first thing I'm doing.